Hey, Jerry Upchurch here. Just want to get a quick video out to you today. Talk a little bit about the word reflection. Reflection. What does that word mean to you? When you first think of that word, what do you think about? I know what I did. I thought about pictures of lakes and rivers and ponds and pools, and they always had mountains in the background, or they had people in the background, or they had beautiful trees, and the trees were, going up and going down. You could see the reflection in the lake, and you also think about mirrors. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you see a reflection of yourself. And my daughter, as she's a photographer, so one of the things she had to do with some of the high schools is that she ran a project called Reflections. And in that project, the kids at the school, or the students, would take pictures that would give an example of a reflection. And most of the time, or just about every time, it's always of trees or mountains or lakes and things like that we'd mentioned earlier. But what I really want to talk to you about is another definition of reflection. And the definition is of reflection is to give serious consideration or thought. To give consideration or thought to something. Now, when you think of that, what it makes me think of now that I've read it in the book, and what did I do with the book? Jeff Olson's book right here, The Slight Edge. He talks about reflections in here. Excellent book. If you haven't read that, I'll put it in the blog, a link for you to go get that book from Amazon. But what he talks about in there is to sit back. Well, actually, he says, instead of writing your goals for the day down, write what you're going to do for the day down. Like when you sit down in the morning, you say, I'm going to do my to-do list, and you get that to-do list. He says, that's okay to do that, but at the end of the day, I want you to sit back and reflect on what you actually did on an hour-by-hour basis. At International Paper one time, we had to go in and write down what we did on, it was pretty extreme. We had to do what we actually worked on on 15-minute intervals so that we could keep track of what we had worked on and what we had accomplished during that day. And the same thing applies here in our business. If we sit back and we reflect on what we actually did that day, maybe on an hour-by-hour basis, or in 15 minutes if you have to, but go back and write down exactly what you did during each of those periods, and you'll probably see that you had a lot of time during the day that you could have been doing something productive, but you were doing something called managing. In fact, I did that today. I had to clean out some of my subscriber list on my AWeber account because I had too many subscribers that had not actually opened an email, so I went through and deleted those. That's called maintenance work and not income producing work. But what you do is you sit back and you say, okay, now what did I eat today? Did I eat something that was good for me, or did I eat something that was not good for me? Did I read a good book? Did I read 10 pages of a good book that encourages me and motivates me to go out and do some great things? Did I listen to an audio, a great audio, maybe Tony Robbins or Wayne Dyer or somebody like that really stirs me into action? Am I listening to good things? Am I spending quality time with my family and actually listening to what they have to say to me? And am I actually doing something that's an income producing activity in my job? So as you sit back and reflect and you write down on 15, 30-minute, hourly intervals that you spent that day, you will soon see that there are lots of times during that day that you could be producing or income producing activities, or you could be doing something constructive for your business. And then you'll notice that the next day around 10 o'clock you're going to say, oh, I'm not doing income producing activities. I need to start doing that. So what it'll do is it'll start motivating you to start thinking about your day as your day progresses. And as you think about it, you'll start thinking about income producing activities that you need to do in order to build your business. So with that in mind, read the blog below and think about the things that you want to do in your business that are income producing activities. And remember, according to Jeff Olson in his book, always do the easy things, the easy to do things, he calls it. And then you always follow up and do the easy to not do things. The easy to not do things are things that sort of take you off track of what you're trying to accomplish if you spend a lot of time not doing the things that are easy to not do, if that makes sense. Anyway, read the blog below. Got a lot of comments. I'd love to hear back from you on my blog. Comment, like, or comment back to me. Tell me what you think about it. What are some of the things that you have reflected upon and learned that you need to be doing that maybe you're not doing? Hey, with that in mind, you have a great day. Be blessed.